The Sci-Fi Channel original series, Destination Truth.
On this episode of Destination Truth, Josh investigates dinosaur sightings in the lost world that is now Papua New Guinea.
The body was like this.
Can you take us to where you saw this animal?
But Josh finds more than he bargained for in the jungle night.
Oh, what is that? Do you remember the first episode of Lost? It's that thing.
Then Josh searches the Papua New Guinea coast for a mermaid-like creature said to lurk in the Pacific Ocean.
Are you guys getting anything? What's that?
I'm Josh Gates. My travels have taken me to the most exotic and mysterious places on Earth. I've seen some unexplainable things which have raised some strange questions. Now, I've pulled together a crack team armed with the latest technology to search for answers. I'm not sure what's out there waiting for me, but I know what I'm looking for: the truth. I come across all kinds of interesting articles in my research, but whenever I read about the authorities or police getting involved, it always makes me want to investigate further. So when I came across a piece in the largest and most trusted newspaper in Papua New Guinea, The National, about a SWAT team armed with M16s and shotguns hunting down a dinosaur, I knew I had to get to the bottom of this. Apparently, the Papua New Guinea police got involved when several eyewitnesses in Iguanodon, a small village in Kokopo on the island of New Britain, claimed to have run into an Iguanodon, a type of dinosaur thought to have been extinct for millions of years. But according to everything I read, the old guy was not only still kicking around, but eating small animals in the swamps of Iguanodon village. Now, if this story came out of anywhere but Papua New Guinea, I probably wouldn't give it the time of day. But since this is one of the least explored countries in the world, with well over 200,000 reptiles and amphibian specimens thought to exist there, and thousands of new species of flora and fauna discovered each year, even scientists refer to it as the Lost World. So before you could say unnecessary Spielberg sequel, my team and I landed in Port Moresby with our vast array of tracking gear, so I could find out for myself if there really are dinosaurs living in the jungles here. The game plan was for the team and I to hit the ground running and head straight to the village where the Iguanodon dinosaur had reportedly been spotted, to interview eyewitnesses and collect and analyze all the evidence we'd find there. Ready to go? You would not believe the captain we had on this flight. This guy came on and was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London." And then there was this long beat, and he was like, "Excuse me, Auckland." Not kidding, just like had no idea what city he just flew to. On our way out of town, we stopped to see an anthropology professor who had received some interesting photos of what the natives were calling the bones of an iguanodon. That's big, all right. That's huge.
That's huge.
Those are enormous. Look at the size of it.
Look at the size of just one of them against this big man here.
Is it just vertebrae, or do they have other skeletal pieces
I
as
think
well?
they have the ribs as well.
So very recent.
It's very recent.
And is it possible that what we're looking at here are the remains of something previously thought to be extinct?
People are guessing that it's, well, now that there's so many stories of...
People think that it's a type of whale?
No, they all believe that it's one of the dinosaurs.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued by these pictures, but the only way to find out if these bones were actually those of an iguanodon was to travel to the village where they were found. There was just one problem. The current estimate now is 11 hours to this village?
Yeah. It's 3 o'clock almost. Looks like maybe we'll get there by 2 in the morning.
Apparently, the village where these bones were unearthed and where several eyewitnesses claimed to have come across a living, breathing iguanodon was on a remote island 495 miles from civilization. So the only way to get to Papua New Guinea's version of Jurassic Park is by flying to the small town of Caving, driving down the unpaved dirt roads along the coast of New Britain, and finally taking banana boats equipped with engines with about as much horsepower as a lawnmower across the open sea during monsoon season. It's times like these I think flying coach isn't so bad. We finally reached Khalil village around 4 a.m. and prepared our boats to launch to the Iguanodon grounds of Iguanodon. So this is our boat. It's always tears under, or always tears under. Not a great name for a boat, but tears or tears, we're going to sea.
What this is here is a personal rescue device. I'll be carrying this with me. If for some reason the boat sinks, what you need to do is, if I haven't activated this, you need to activate this.
Beautiful morning here in Papua New Guinea. Sun's up, no clouds, perfect boating weather. Our guide suggested we wait till dawn to launch across the ocean so we could at least see any trouble coming, which is exactly what you want to hear when getting into a boat without a life preserver.
This is like the end of Castaway. I mean, if we're going out, we're going out. We got to drop it and go. Deadliest catch seen before. Come on. Guys, we gotta move the boat. Gotta turn back now.
Our own personal Poseidon adventure ended up costing us 1 camera, 6 pairs of socks, and Wilson, a volleyball I had found and became friends with. But I wasn't going to let a couple of shoddy canoes in a perfect storm stop me from getting to the bottom of this dinosaur investigation. So, I called in the cavalry.
Peter, hello, we need a helicopter.
Helicopters don't come cheap, but maxing out my visa was well worth it because before I knew it, we were crossing the treacherous sea and headed to the small village where there had not only been multiple Iguanodon sightings reported, but where the pictures of the giant bones had been taken as well. I didn't know what to expect when we arrived at Iguanodon. Would the natives be friendly, or would we suddenly find ourselves in some real-life mashup of Deliverance and Apocalypse Now?
Mark, what is that noise? Ready?
Thankfully, this dino village welcomed us with not only open arms, but open buffet.
This is taro root? Yeah. And what is this? Papaya, yeah?
It was like a jungle version of Vegas, minus the smokers and guys handing out flyers for prostitutes. Though if you were looking for a wife, there was always shell money.
Now, how much is the bride price?
The bride price
Depends on the bride? I want to buy her.
What if you
I want to buy Virginia. How much is Virginia's bride price?
That costs $1 million of this.
$1 million? I know. Virginia is very valuable. Very expensive, Virginia.
Things were going along great with the natives, until we were told that if you want to ask the villagers about the Iguanodon dinosaur, you have to be initiated into the tribe first.
Oh, the buai.
Yeah.
I have had buai.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have had the buai before.
What do we do?
Okay, you need to take, the first thing you do is to take the beetle nut out of the shell.
Okay.
Okay, that's step 1. Okay. You just chew it, and then you take a piece of mustard, you dip that in lime, and then you put that in your mouth. The 10 bottles of water we got in the truck are not enough to get the taste of this out of your mouth. Believe me. Eric, the first thing you'll notice when you eat it is how immediately delicious it is.
I can't wait.
You ready? Go. Oh. Spring break, Papua New Guinea. Where's Mark Carter, and does he have his pants on?
Oh my God.
I want all the buai loaded into the trucks right now. We're taking it.
Luckily, what happens in Iguanodon